What is up, YouTube? JankyYGO here. My name is Michael. We have a lot of new cards to talk about, as you can see from my million tabs opened on the Yu-Gi-Oh organization. So we're gonna jump right into it. First card, Dual Avatar Tuning or Turning. It is a normal trap card. Its first and second effects can only be used once per turn each. Target one dual avatar monster you control, destroy it, and if you do, special summon from your deck or extra deck one dual avatar that is one level higher or lower than that monster's during your main phase, except for the turn this is sent to the graveyard. You can banish this card from your graveyard, then target one dual avatar monster in your graveyard, add it to your hand. Dual avatars like to be destroyed, don't care if they're being destroyed, and it summons another monster, replace itself, and you can get the card back from your graveyard or one of the dual avatar monsters. Pretty decent card, although it is a trap card. It's like a transmodify, except for it can go down. Anyway, next up, Bluff Reach, which is a field spell card. When you conduct your normal draw during your draw phase, you can reveal one of those drawn cards, place it on the bottom of your deck, and if you do, draw a card. When you draw a card by this effect, you can reveal one of those cards, send this card to the graveyard, and if you do, place the revealed card on the bottom of your deck and draw another card. Hello, Exodia decks. Don't like it? Bam. Freaking, when you draw for turn, you just, bloop, bloop. Nope. Exodia, troll card, burn, prop, maybe. That's what this card kind of screams. It's a troll card or a, something kind of like that. Anyway, next up, stationary 1 clock linear accelerator. And it is a normal trap card. You can only activate one card with this card's name per turn. During your battle phase, you can declare a number between 1 and 6. Choose one effect monster your opponent controls, and if the chosen monster level times the declared number plus the number of cards in your opponent controls equals the number of cards in your graveyard, send cards from the top of the deck up to the number you declared, and if you do, shuffle cards into your opponent controls into the deck up to the number of cards that effect. If not, you lose life points equal to the declared number times 500. Basically, do math and everything, and you get rewarded. This card seems a lot of work to get pulled off, but it is a powerful effect if you can do it. But if there are cards in your graveyard, and the decks that usually fill their graveyard decently well, that could make use of this card, aren't going to want a trap card. Those decks are usually pretty fast, and that's what they're all about. This card is really funny, though, that it makes you do all the math. Next up, Daikamari Jagalops, which is a level 4 Wind, Thunder, Tuner, Pendulum effect monster. Wow, that's a little bit of everything, isn't it? 1400 attack, 1700 defense. Pendulum effect. Once per turn, you can target one pendulum monster you control, and one monster your opponent controls. Change their battle positions. That hasn't been relevant in a long time. Changing battle positions. It wasn't ever super relevant in Yu-Gi-Oh, but it did have applications back in the day, and it was kind of neat. Monster effect. If this card is special summoned from the extra deck, if this card special summon from the extra deck is used for a synchro summon, banish it. If this card, you can only use its second and third monster effects per turn. First effect, normal summon, you can change its battle position. If this card's battle position changes, you can destroy a face-up spell or trap card on the field. If this card in the pendulum zone is destroyed, you can return one card in your pendulum zone to the hand. It's a pretty mediocre monster to weak, and it's not viable in the competitive Yu-Gi Mons. Popping a face-up spell or trap card is pretty good, and you can do that with the normal summon, but that's all it basically does. And it has a downside of if you synchro summon it, or you synchro summon with it after pendulum summon it back, it's not going to be very good. Next up is Fluorescence, which is the new dragon. Chaos Dragon support, possibly. Level 4 Light Dragon effect monster, 1600 attack, 800 defense with this card's normal summon. While your opponent controls a monster, you can discard one card, send any number of fluorescence from your deck to the graveyard. Once per turn, if this card is in your graveyard, you can make this card in your graveyard become dark until end of turn. It's kind of like the elemental lords and the elemental sabers. If you remember that deck, it didn't do anything over here, and it was a decent thing over in the OCG, but never took off here. This card kind of has a similar effect to those. The idea is your opponent has a monster, you normal summon this, you discard a card, and then you get probably a light monster, and then you send this and 2 more copies of this to get more light and darks in your graveyard, so you can summon a chaos monster. The idea is it's a 1-card chaos. It's a 1-card BLS, for example, or 1-card Chaos Emperor Dragon. Pretty neat. I don't play Chaos Dragons, so I don't know if they're going to run this, but it isn't bad. Next up, Amano Kujaki, which is a level 3 Light Fiend Tuner effect monster. 1000 attack, 1000 defense. You can only activate, you cannot activate the effect of other special summon monsters with the same attribute as this card once per turn. During this card's owner's main phase quick effect, you can give control of this card to your opponent. Then you can change this card's attribute to anything until the end of the next turn. The idea is you summon this, and then you give it to your opponent, and they can't activate their monster effects. The downside is they could probably link or synchro summon away with it. So, yeah, that's a thing. It's a neat concept, but it doesn't hold up in modern Yu-Gi-Oh! But I'm sure that there is a way to be mildly annoying with this, But it says it can't be activated, so your opponents aren't gonna do like that. It doesn't say, it's not like it says negate, so you can just switch over and then just negate all of them. Alright, anyway, moving on. Track card, electromagnetic railgun. Yeah, it has perfect Machine King on the art. So it is a normal track card. Tribute 1 machine monster, then target 1 card on the field for every 1000 original attack the tributed monster had. Destroy them. Okay, up to 1 card on the field for every. Okay, so the idea is, let's say tribute a big machine monster, Cyber and Dragon. It has 4000 attack. Why aren't you killing your opponent? I don't know, but you can do that. Activate this, tribute that, and then it destroys 4 things. It says original attack, so Power Bond isn't going to work with that. But yes, you can just tribute that and destroy 4 things. Why didn't you just kill your opponent? I don't know. That's all I'm saying. More or less, though, this card doesn't seem to have too many practical effects, though, or practicality, because you can just kill your opponent if you have a big boss monster to make this card really worth it. Because otherwise, you are going to go even at best, and tributing like a 3000 or 4000 machine monster nowadays usually ends up having like some type of built-in protection, so there isn't really a reason to get rid of it. Next up, Archfiend Staff of Despair. It's been a while since we got an equipped Archfiend card. As an Archfiend lover myself, let's see what it does. Hopefully it's kind of like Fallen Paradise, I think it was, or something like that. It's basically a snatch steal for Archfiends. It's what I'm hoping for as the second one. That would be searchable. During your main phase, you can make all face-up monsters your opponent controls lose attack equal to half of the equipped monster's attack. If this card is in your graveyard or sent to the graveyard while equipped monster, you pay 1000 add to your hand, equivalent to a monster you control. Okay, it's basically like another Acts of Despair. Yeah, it's another Acts of Despair. That's not. We're way past that nowadays. Getting it back's neat. That's about it. But Axe of Despair had a way to get it back too. You just had to tribute a monster instead of pay the 1,000. Anyway, and anywho, trap card, Ancient Warrior Saga, A Man's Honor, which is a continuous trap card. Its first and third effect are hard once per turn. If your opponent special summons monster, you can special summon one Ancient Warrior Dragoon token. Neat. If an Ancient Warrior monster would be destroyed by battle, you can send this card to the graveyard instead. If this card or effect is activated, or when a card or effect is activated that targets an Ancient Warrior monster on the field, you can banish this from your graveyard to negate the activation. So it summons an Ancient Warrior. If the Ancient Warrior would be destroyed by battle, it sends itself, and then if they try to target it to try to get rid of your Ancient Warriors, you can banish this. So this thing does it all for protecting your Ancient Warriors. That's pretty neat. Pretty good. Pretty good card for the deck, possibly, for Ancient Warriors, if they are a deck yet. And if we have seen them. If we haven't, well, we'll probably get them later on in this pack. Last but not least, as you can tell, my voice is kind of going. Virtual World Gate, Zwang Wu, and the gate of the north opens. Neat. That's what it says up here. Anyway, oh god. So, continuous trap card. Hard once per turn on the card's name. You can only activate its first and second effects once per turn each during the battle phase. If you control another Virtual World Gate card, you can target one face-up monster on the field, change its battle position. So you mess with battle positions again. See, this one's a little bit better than the monster, because the monster isn't a quick effect. This can kind of like stop you from getting OTK'd, but it's still not like great. So yeah. During your main phase, you can banish this card, then target one Virtual World monster in your graveyard, special summon it, but its effects negated, then send one card from your hand to the graveyard. That's interesting. I haven't seen any other Virtual Worlds monsters. They probably came out when I was kind of, gone in the last, week. Anyway, that is it for today. If it is your birthday today, happy birthday. If you want to send me any cool deck profiles or replays, emails in the description. Please do so. I would love to see your replays. You can send me any one of these cards that we went over in action to prove me wrong or prove me right. You want to prove me wrong that this isn't just a good troll card for Exodia? Go for it. You want to prove me wrong that this card right here is better than this card is better than it looks. Go ahead, show me this card in action setting up your chaos. You can do that. You can show me why this card is good or bad, because I don't think it's very good. Same thing with this I don't. As someone who's played archfiends a lot, don't play this. Don't do it. Anyway, and yeah, of course, and as always, have a wonderful day.